Professor, what type of research do you think a student in your program will be undertaking?
So students within our program will undertake cutting-edge research in the areas of blockchain, Internet of Things, and machine learning. And this research will be heavily driven by the problems that industry are facing in these areas. Our program goal is to really deliver trustworthy automation in this growing area of the industrial Internet of Things. As more industrial processes are automated with sensors and actuators, there's a risk that untrustworthy elements can cause disruptions or failures. And our research in this program will design new approaches, ensuring that the entire data pipeline is trustworthy and it will underpin reliable decisions in those systems.
Can you give some more examples of how that would translate into impact?
Sure. So among our industry partners, we have some industry partners that work in supply chains, and there our research will help in provenance, so basically providing traceability and transparency in what's happening throughout the supply chain. Another example is machine learning in design automation. So in manufacturing, there's a lot of processes that need to be optimized for efficiency. So that's another example. And in all these systems that are getting data from sensors, we need to actually trust that data in order to make reliable decisions based on that data. So the students will really use the industry insights to inspire the key research questions that we'll look at in this program. And once the research is completed, we expect that we'll work with the industry partners in order to translate the findings into real-world impact that the industry partners can use.
In your opinion, what are the other benefits of this bringing the students and industry partners together, in addition to what you just mentioned? What are some other benefits?
So by bringing industry and students together, this program will help fill Australia's skills gap. So we know that a lot of advanced technologies are needing more people who are skilled in those technologies in Australia. And also we know that in Australia there is currently what's called the valley of death between what the research does and what the industry needs. So this program's role will be to help bridge that valley of death and help allow research to be inspired by industry problems, and when that research is done, that it will create impact for those industries.
Can you give other examples of positive impact for the students' point of view?
So our program is actually unique in that it's anchored in the industry problems, so that the research is driven by those problems. So the students will know, as they're working on this, they will see the direct relevance, and they will have a line of sight into their career path if they want to join those kind of industries that we're working with. And that is, to an extent, a unique feature of our program compared to existing university programs, because it does have that direction provided by industry and the partnership with industry.
What are the coexisting, obviously, benefits for the partners that are involved in the program?
So for the partners, they will have the opportunity to help shape some of the upcoming generation of students and make sure that the research that they're focusing on and the skills they're developing are actually what industry needs, so that when these students graduate, they will be filling those skills gaps that our industry partners and the broader industry is facing in this area.
Can you give some examples of how our program with the Next Generation Graduates program is unique, comparing it to the traditional learning setting that students and specialists like yourselves have been exposed to before?
So our program has unique features in that it's inspired by the industry problems. In a typical research project, somebody might think of an academically interesting problem, but that problem may or may not have the potential to translate into impact at the end of the project. Whereas with our program, both the students and the industry partners can be confident that the outcomes will be industry relevant and will have relatively clear pathway to impact. So the program is going to offer honors, masters, and PhD scholarships. And within those projects, the students will have opportunities to have industry placements with our partner industry companies. So they will be able to spend time at those industry companies through internships and get mentoring. And also they'll have access to an industry supervisor who can help guide them and provide them with applied aspects of the research.
Fantastic. And you spoke about the networking, the mentoring, the engagement, and the applied ways. Can you give some examples of those interactions with the students and the industry partners with their research?
Sure. So we are going to engage industry partners from the onset to help define what the research projects will be. And we're going to also involve industry partners and nominated members of those industry partners to serve on the supervisory panels or as industry mentors for our students so that they can follow them through their journey and continually give that input. And of course, the students will have that, particularly for PhD students, that 6-month internship towards the end of their studies, which will help give them even more visibility on how their research can create impact.
Atomy is an automation SaaS that enables the rapid creation of packaging and labeling artwork without error. To get to market, packaging and labeling must be 100% brand, regulatory, and production compliant. You get even 1% wrong and it's a big problem. Mistakes cost massive time, cost, and brand impact. For medical packaging, this is even more serious.
We are building the world's most advanced regulatory and artwork generation system, and we'd love to have your minds on board for that. Our first project for NextGen AI is a language processing system that understands and contextualizes regulatory information similar to a human compliance agent. This allows quicker monitoring and onboarding of regulations across regions and categories. Our second project advances our algorithmic approach to design principles to create a cognitive system that understands the multivariate analysis that goes into design choice and outputs, very similar to what a human designer would do. With a senior team at Atomy, we look forward to the NextGen AI minds coming on board with us.